Hey!
Here we are, folks. Welcome. It is, as we had mentioned, a beautiful sunny day in Boston, and it seems like it's really wildly different all over. Hi,
shock.
Allison in France. Hi, Rumi. Hi, Taranti. And yes, let's go. Let's have a fun afternoon, a fun hour of tunes here, folks. Let's lift things up. Maria, welcome in the UK. Rune, I love it. My darling's a sheep. That is what we're going to start with. A jig in D. Gradus, no sun in Amsterdam. That's okay. We will make the sunshine a little bit, and we've got some little lights back there for you. So Dominique and Christine, lovely to see you. Welcome, Mary. It is sunny in our locality, that's for sure. Bob, hi in Wisconsin. I don't know. It must be even colder there. Margaret, hi in Joyce County. Bill, hi in San Francisco. And Aga, Agnieszka, welcome in Poland. Art, glad you're tuning in from Vermont. And Patty, good to see you again in PA. Sally, good to see you down the road. Marina and Gregor, wonderful. Welcome to you. Dave, hi in snowy Michigan. Mike in cloudy Oregon. I guess Portland, Oregon is often cloudy, yes?
It's the shtick.
Elena, welcome and good to see you from tuning in from SoCal, and Ted in Ontario, and Lenore from the Jersey Shore, and Margie, good to see you in Minneapolis. Jolie in Maryland. Chris, neighbors with Jolie there. Hi, thanks for tuning in from Alexandria, and Kevin in Ottawa, and Manuel, good to see you again. Folks, we're delighted to bring us together here for this wonderful jig, My Darling Asleep, in D. Libby, good to see you in Texas, tuning in from Texas. Ciao, Mara in Milan, and Saul in Michigan, and Gabrielle in Germany. Hello, Bill. Hello, Jim. Welcome again. Thanks for joining us again from Zimbabwe. And Peter in San Diego, and Ignacio, hi in Chile, and Pat, glad that the flute is ready. And we're going to try your march today, Pat. It's a lovely tune that you sent on the Facebook page. So thank you for sharing that. And Sean, we got a tune for you as well later on. Guillermo, good to see you. Johnny, good to see you in LA, and Jaden in Holland, and Evelyn, and Linda in Colorado. Wonderful to see you, my friend. Allison in Rhode Island. Hope the moving went well last week. And Heather in St. Paul. Garode in Armagh. Therese in Portland. Tiana in Maine. Linda in Loveland. Yay, Ian up the road. I imagine Eloise is with you as well. So a special hello to our young fiddle friend there. And Irish Bazuki. Hi, Vanessa and Frank. I'm so glad you're tuning in. And again, we love having you chime in on Matt's backing videos. You offer such helpful
That's for sure.
the transcriptions.
Yeah.
And Chris in Missouri, and Barney in New York. So we're going to start off. I'll type it in the chat here. My Darling Asleep. Are you in tune with reality, Matt?
Amazingly so.
Let's see if I'm in tune with you. I'm not. All right.
Pretty mellow.
1, 2. Here we go. welcome Cattell in Brittany. Thanks for joining us. Jason in Cork and Jenny and Barney in Cong. We have a lot of Irish folks joining us today. You're very, very welcome. And Tony in Amsterdam. Willem, nice to see you again. And Peter, yes, in fact, we are sailing around the world. Who needs a boat when we have this fantastic smooth sailing on the internet high seas? Adele, I imagine it's sunny and windy in Nova Scotia. That's what I imagine for Nova Scotia, like I imagine rain for Portland, Oregon, rain and wind. And many years ago, Matt Heaton and I were in Chicago, and we decided we would relocate, and we thought either Boulder, Colorado, or Portland, Oregon. Oh, yeah. And the weekend we visited Boulder, it was raining. And the weekend that we visited Portland, Oregon, it was very sunny. We did choose Boulder, although it was a real toss-up for us. And we lived there for a couple of years, and it was just beautiful. And it was, what do they say, like 370 days of sun a year with one rainy day. But anyway, there we go.
Okay, we're going to march on.
We are going to march on and tell the nice people what we're going to play, because I'm going to write it in.
We're going to play two marches. We are going to play The Soldier's Return, which is also known as the Mill-O. Yeah?
Yes, the Mill-O.
The Mill-O, right. And then we'll
Burns put his poem, The Soldier's Return, to this melody. When wild war's deadly blast were blown. That's how I know it is, The Soldier's Return.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. And then we're going to follow it with O'Rahilly's March, which I believe Pat gave to us.
Yes, okay, exactly. So. And Carolyn, welcome in New Brunswick, and Dale in Manitoba, in New Brunswick as well, and Julie in Tennessee, and Tom, good to see you. Thanks for joining us from Baltimore. So here we go. Good luck. So the mill we're going to play in A, and then we'll go down in G for the second tune. So not too fast. 1, 2, 3. lovely tune there, Pat. Thank you. I always love to learn a new march. Those beautiful clan marches. There are so many of them, and not something that we play in sessions around here in Boston, or that we played during our wonderful couple of years in Colorado. And it was some time ago. We relocated to Boston in October 2001. And so I feel so lucky to stay connected with you, Linda, and with friends. I think that Cynthia often tunes into the guided session, and Tim was here last week. So I feel so lucky that we can connect, and we have been back to visit a good few times, which is how we have stayed in touch. But also, boy, this is a lot lower impact way to connect with folks, and so I'm grateful for that. We could have been doing this all along, right? Mm-hmm. And so hopefully when we all get back out there, we can still use this for a little bit of a gentler global footprint to carry the Heatons around sometimes. Okay, so we're going to carry on now with the next Name Your Tune selection. Hello, Ms. Lemon. Love your username there. And that's amazing that Emery does Soldier's Return in his fife and drum corps. That's very cool. Wonderful to know that. Okay, so we're going to tuck in, and we're going to do Farewell to Ireland. I think that Tomas is not here yet, so you'll have to hear it on archives.
Somebody go get him.
Yeah, somebody go get him, because I know he loves this tune, but I broke it down phrase by phrase. So let's give it a go. It's a big one, right? Farewell to Ireland is a big one.
So if you're new, if you don't know what the heck we're talking about, every so often we do a Name Your Tune where people request a specific tune.
Not every week anymore, because we have so many tunes in circulation here, and I'm trying to rotate those that are already in circulation.
But once a tune has been anointed, has been named, then a video shall be made, the tune broken down and taught, and then we play it. Generally with another tune from the same.
Right. So we're going to do a musical priest sandwich. Right. We're going to play Farewell to Ireland in A.
Bad, but go ahead.
Into the musical priest, and then back into Farewell to Ireland.
Yes,
that's what we're going to do. Farewell to Ireland is a four-pata, and it starts down on the low A. So fiddles, boxes do play it down an octave, but I'm going to have to play it up an octave because I play the flute. So, oh, Linda, I'm so grateful that you have continued to play, and that small circle is still happening. This session that we began when we were in Colorado is still happening, a tune learning session. How awesome is that? Okay, so here we go. Does that seem good? Here we go. Woo!
Yay!
So that was a fun one to break down phrase by phrase, to try to play it slowly and super clearly and consistently and with ample room for breathing, which you need to do when you're slower. So that is the challenge of playing tunes slower, and it's a beautiful challenge. So I welcome the chance to play these tunes slower and then sometimes to bring up the speed. It is a 4-part tune. It seemed like the last time around.
That repeat, for God's sake.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention about that one, I was I was teaching a guitar lesson yesterday, and this sort of came up that the key of A in particular, I find when you're backing, the whether it's going to be major with a C sharp or minor with a C natural can be particularly squirrely. I find there are more tunes in the A range that kind of sneak up on you or change from part to part or player to player. So I'm a big fan of like chords like this, which don't have any thirds in them, so that whatever. Safe chord.
Nice, very nice. And Tomas, you made it. I was even thinking when we started, we should have waited to stat this one, but you made it. I'm delighted. And Grania, I'm not sure if I formally welcomed you yet, so I'm glad you made it. Chat and all, wireless connection and all. And Mary and Ethan, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining us, and great that you had great that you and Jenny and Barney maybe are all kind of tuning in together. So it's kind of like we're all hanging out together. And Detlev, indeed, music for restless legs, I would say. Mary, yes, really nice music. These are great tunes. And that's such a good question, Peter. How old does a tune need to be to classify as traditional? And really, as soon as it gets spread around enough, or as soon as like enough people keep passing it on, like a kind of relatively new tune, if it makes the rounds, can be in there. Like, the Torn Jacket, that old tune, the Torn Jacket.
It's from the last century.
Everyone knows it. It was written in 1986 by Connie O'Connell. And I mean, I guess that's not like yesterday or whatever, but I mean, that tune is just like, what? That's like a totally old trad tune, right? Of course, there are many. Whoa, what happened to our chat? That was weird. So I wanted to welcome Terry in Wales. Oh, I don't know if we have too many folks tuning in from Wales. Happy to have you, Julie. I think everybody needs a mat at the house. Yes, I'm happy to have one. And I do love that tune, Farewell to Ireland, and I do associate it with like Kevin Burke playing it. And Brian, are those modal chords? Indeed. All right, woohoo! What's next, Matt Heaton?
We're gonna do some jigs. We're gonna play the Maid on the Green and the Hag at the Churn.
Good. Let's do that because they are on the guided session list, the Common Core list. That's right. I was distracted for a second because I was thinking that we were talking today as it gets warmer and brighter outside. We're thinking in March of switching the guided session an hour earlier. I don't know. We're thinking about it.
We're having a poll.
Let us know what you think.
If you think that is like the worst possible idea, let us know. If you're kind of like, sure, that'll work, let us know.
Okay, so da da dee da da in ja dee dee da da do dee da da do do dee dee da. Yep. Okay. Da da dee da do do dee dee do. 1, 2. Here we go. Woo. nice little bothy band quote there, Matt Heaton.
Some years ago, we for the festival here in Boston, we did a bothy band tribute thing, and so we got together and covered a few bothy band sets, and that, like, getting to play that with, you know,
but also
6
we
people
really
fast.
yes, and everybody really imitated the original parts. You know, the original playing. Like, I breathed exactly where Matt Malloy breathed.
We took it very seriously.
We took it very seriously. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's good.
So I love these questions, though, about, like, how old does a tune have to be traditional, and then what about these new instruments, these newfangled instruments like the bouzouki, which has been in the tradition now since the 60s, or the banjo. In fact, my podcast, Irish Music Stories, I did a really cool podcast where I talked to Enda Scahill about the history of banjo in Irish music. A lot of fun. That one was called From the Fringe to the Fore. And I did a wonderful episode with Liz Carroll, Dahi Sproul, and Katie McNally, wonderful tune writers, about how long a tune needs to be in the tradition to become traditional. That episode is called The Myth of Tragedy. So anyway, speaking of tragic, we're going to carry on with a tune that I needed to look for this. Oh, right. Bob, you wanted to hear the Humours of Castlefin. Let's do that before we forget.
Speaking of favorite recordings.
Favorite recordings, yes. I will type these tunes in. Matt, you introduce them and tell the provenance.
Yeah, we're going to do some reels. The Humours of Castlefin, it's the first track, right? On the Noel Hill and Tony McMahon live at Knocknagree record, which is one of my all-time faves. It's just accordion and concertina and a whole bunch of dancers having a really good time, and it's a fantastic record. And then we'll go into the Earl's Chair and the Bells of Tipperary.
Indeed.
BELLES.
The Earl's Chair and the Bells of Tipperary. I posted for the Tune of the Month set for this month. Nice. So you can find a free video. All these videos are free. You can find a video where I break down phrase by phrase. And yes, Guillermo, I guess. Or you could do it with your fingers, the C natural key, or with the fingers. But I love that C natural in the Hag at the Churn. And I do love the Diplodocus. Maybe we should do that one too. If I can think of how it starts, we'll maybe do that. Okay, so here we go. Reels first. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, does it seem like a good pace? Yeah.
I think so.
1, 2. Yep. Again. So the tempo's inching up there.
Excuse me.
Kept trying to slow us down.
Sorry.
I was guilty of starting it too fast, but then it kept creeping up. I was trying to pull it back a little bit, but that's all right. It's good to have a wide variety of tempos, even in a moderate tempo session.
See, moderate, we figure moderate is a really wide...
Yeah, so there's discussion of podcasts here. Yes, there's a lovely podcast by our friends, Darren and Dominic. It's a podcast called the Blarney Pilgrims Podcast. And weekly, they interview different musicians. So there's a lovely interview with Liz Carroll. That's the one that you're talking about, I think, in which she discusses many of her compositions, I think among them, Diplodocus. And in my podcast, which is called Irish Music Stories, I also, Liz is also in a couple of different episodes. So, yes.
I do not have a podcast.
So the Earl's Chair, I think it's in D, but they're great B minor chord possibilities and G major as well. Yes,
yeah,
yum.
Well, it's mainly like where do you? The B part is unequivocally in D, and the A part is like it sounds good in G. It sounds good in B minor. It sounds you can make a case for E minor. It's just, but I consider it to be in D, but it doesn't start on a D chord, but whatever makes it easiest to play it.
Yes.
But the fact that you're just playing, the melody is just going, you can fit a lot of chords under that.
And it sounds so great with the 4 chord in the beginning. 2, ready. Lovely.
But also the B minor.
Oh, lovely. I'm not super
there.
in tune. Okay, we're going to slow things down.
Yes, we are.
With our beloved to the virtual guided session, Andro, the Wren. And then we're going to try, I had said that I might try a march in A. So we'll try after the Battle of Aughrim. Yes, in A. Yes. Yes. Okay, so... having a hard time tuning with you. Are you in tune with reality, Matt?
Let's check reality. We're having a reality check.
No, you were not in tune with reality.
Machine computer says I'm in tune with reality.
1. Ready? Woo! march works with that andro nicely.
Yeah.
Nice. So as your fearless leaders, we are doing our best to, respond to some requests and also just sort of like take a look at what we've played so far and kind of give in this session things that I think would be important for you to know, in sessions traveling around throughout Ireland and the States and beyond, throughout Europe and South America and Zimbabwe. We have people tuning in from all over Indonesia. But I think that we really needed a couple of A marches and in the Andro sort of A. So we'll add that one. That's a goodie. So what's next? We're going to do our offertory selection for you. And I'm not sure if Kerstin is tuning in this week. I forgot to give you a heads up about this, but we're going to play a tune that was written by Kerstin Otten, who is a flute player and accordion player in Mainz, Germany. And she wrote this beautiful tune that I recorded on my Blue Dress album. In fact, it ends the first track on the album. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to play Sonny Brogan's and The Bachelor's Button and Kerstin's lovely tune called 44 Mill Street. So I'm sure you'll enjoy her tune. And this is our offertory selection here. So as we say every week, if you are still being paid to work and you can chip in a little bit into our virtual tip jar, we appreciate it. And if not, it's okay too. So yes? Yeah. This set. Oh, it's just for us.
Yeah.
That was something at the end there. Woo! Yeah.
Give you a little something.
Give me a little something. Speaking of giving a little something, okay, Sean, I had to look up the beginning of this tune. Yes. This one.
Is it time?
Yes, Captain Tokyo. Sean, this is for you. We're going to play the Belfast Hornpipe. That is what we are going to do.
Yes, we are.
We are. We're gonna do it. It's a doozy, so we're only gonna do it twice, and we're not gonna go too fast.
Okay.
Okay. That's the plan.
I'm in.
And then I see a Martin Mulhare request, so maybe we'll try to fit that in before the end of the sesh. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2. Wish us luck, guys. I'm really not in tune with you. Play. Yuck.
Looking for reality. See,
Yeah.
I was in tune, but then everyone started talking about like different pitch centers and A432 and stuff. It threw me off.
Yeah, it's like half bra sizes. That I just learned about, guys. It's a thing. All right. And on that note, we're here with our roomies, letting it all hang out. 1, 2. Oh wait, is Santiago here? If you're here, yeah, we must do a Santiago tune one of these days too. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. So yay. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was the Belfast Hornpipe.
Yes, it was.
No offense to Belfast
No,
with that
no.
one. Great. I'm going to play through that a couple more times, and then we'll do it again in a few weeks for you, Sean. But maybe we'll do it in a different key. Maybe I'll learn it in E. Okay. And then D will feel easy. See?
Gotcha.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
So, yes. That's a lovely one. The golden keyboard. Let's do it with... Yes, Santiago, great. Do share a tune with me. So we're gonna play the what's it called? Golden Keyboard in E minor. Oops, I've just misspelled it, but oh well. We'll understand. And Far From Home in G. All right. Okay, not too fast. 2, ready. Far From Home, get out of here. Not in my how about not in my backyard? Nice. Although the NIMBY reel. And I do like my alternate title of the golden keyboard, the golden Kekug board, or however I typed it in.
That's the game title.
Quebecard. The Quebecard. The golden Quebecois. The golden Quebecard is like has an extra beat at the end.
Cut a beat off at one and put it in. That was terrible. And it was archived. It will be archived. Yeah, so I'm glad for that. So folks, right. If our Welsh friend is still here, how does that Calon Lan start? That beautiful Calon Lan. Beautiful Welsh rugby, sung at rugby matches, that beautiful Welsh hymn, Calon Lan. So this is for our friend tuning in from Wales, if you're still here. And we're going to love you and leave you with this one. It's in G. It's a beauty. And we played it many times at the virtual guided session when we met in real time, in real life, which we will again someday. And for now, it's just absolutely lovely to have all of you here with us virtually, tuning in virtually, but actually here. It isn't really a virtual meeting. It's an actual meeting done virtually. So I have my cheat sheet here to thank each and every one of you for joining us in the key of Q, in the key of Z, in the key of everything. Thank you. Kopkun naka, danke, merci beaucoup, trugares, arigato gozaimasu, kamsahamnida, tusen tak, dziękuję, danke sehr, grazie, gramahagat, muchas gracias, evcharisto, sheshe, chwala vam, shukran, eskarikasko, ta palat, spasiba, ahehe, salamat, terima kasih, diolch, toda, kuzanem, obrigado, gam dino tenda, no miigwech, chwala lepa, gidos. And thank you. So happy to have you with us, folks. And we'll finish off with this beautiful hymn in G. And please take good care of yourselves and be well and stay optimistic. Ooh. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Take such good care. Hope to see some of you next week.